Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and on this episode of Storm Shadow 75, we are going to be taking a look at the Star Wars Black Series Remnant Stormtrooper from The Mandalorian. So let's go. Take a look. Alright, so here we have the Remnant Stormtrooper from The Mandalorian. And this guy is really cool. I like the way that he looks, and I like what Hasbro has brought to the table here with this guy. You have the pinless tech, and also he comes with his E11 blaster. So let's take a look at that first. So here's his E11 blaster that he comes with, which is different than the regular blaster that the Stormtroopers come with. As you can see, it's just all casted in black. All right. And it's a cool little piece. I mean, it has the clip that comes out of the side. Let me see if you can blend it into or get it to focus in so you can see it. Right there is the clip. And then right here, and then you have, you can have them grab a hold of that. And then if you look, you have a flashlight right here. And then you have the sight where you can actually look through the sight right there at the end of the gun. Like I said, there's no silver wash, nothing like that on this gun. But once again, as I get this to focus in, it's got some really good detail, even though it's all just casted in black. But once again, that's the flashlight and that is the sight for the gun. And then you have the clip, which he can actually grab a hold of when you put it into his hand. This is the only accessory that this guy comes with. He doesn't come with anything else, but it's a cool little weapon. Now, on to the Stormtrooper himself. Like I was saying in the beginning, Hasbro has done a fantastic job with this guy. I like the way the paint, the sculpt, the way they've done everything different with this guy. So if you take a look, he has all this dirt that's on the helmet right here. All right, as you can see, as I bring him in a little closer, he has all that dirt that goes here on the side of the helmet, on the front of the helmet, on his chest plate, on the stomach, right here on the shoulder pad, right here on the forearm, or the bicep, I mean, and then the forearm. And then same thing on the other side, and then down the thighs, he has that black chipping away from the sand. And then in the boots, as you can see, it looks like a roasted marshmallow right here. That is really well done from the sun just baking away at his armor and discoloring it. As you can see all over that this guy has. Now, the only thing is that, you have this on the front and on the side, and then you have it along the belt right here, along his back. And, when you turn him around, you have it on the backpack here, the back of the helmet, the back side of the belt, like I was saying, near his butt armor right there, and then some little black coming down the thigh, and then on his thighs you have that toasted marshmallow look. And that's the thing, they've done all these troopers in the same exact way. So if they would have mixed it up a little bit to give him a little bit of a different look, that would have been pretty cool. But this guy is awesome. So let's take a look at his articulation. He can look up this far, he look down that far, his head can turn side to side, and like I said, it only goes up that far and down this far. He does have a little bit of a neck thing, and he can do a head tilt side to side as well. As far as his shoulders go, the armor will move out of the way when you move his arms straight out. As you can see, I'm having a little bit of a difficult time with it, but it will move out of the way. So if you just push on a little bit, you can get it out of the way. And then he has a butterfly shoulder joint, which as you can see on mine, it actually has come out. I'm having a difficult time right now trying to get this arm to go back down on that butterfly joint because of the fact that that has come down. The one side, not so much. This side, yes. So sorry if it's out of focus right here. I'm just trying to get this joint back into place. So as I'm pushing on him, trying to get that joint to go in, it just, you have to kind of really get it past the little peg that's here. I don't know if you can see it. I'm really having a hard time. Sorry about not keeping it in camera. There we go. There we go. Now I popped it in, but as you can see right there where the butterfly joint is on the shoulder, there is a peg in there. And my pegs seem to have slipped out, so it dislocates the shoulder, and then it's really difficult to move. His arm will not go all the way around because of the elbow pad. So just be mindful of that, and just be careful. Mine's really tight, so I don't know if that's just mine or everybody else's. He has a single jointed arm with this pinless tech. Brings it close to a 90 degree, or almost, it brings it to 90 degrees, but almost fully all the way up. And he has a wrist swivel with a wrist hinge on this guy. It would have been really nice if Hasbro would have done a double jointed arm on him. Now for the waist, he has his upper torso swivel. It turns at the torso, and he kind of hula hoops there with it. His armor will not let his legs go out very far, so they go about that far out. And as far as, you know, the knees, you know, they're single jointed knees. They're not even double jointed, but the armor stops it right there anyway on the boots. So that's as far as you're going to get that knee to bend up. So typically, you know, it'd been cool to have double jointed. Now his foot points, you know, can articulate backwards, and it can, you know, move forward. And then, you know, of course, he has his ankle tilt side to side. So with that being said, I mean, you know, he's a great figure and I like him and everything, but it just would have been nice if they would have just done a little bit, you know, there's no waist swivel on him or anything. So let's get this guy into a couple poses. Here he is with his blaster. So you can move his arms up, as you can see, as I'm trying to do right now, to get him to hold that blaster, which you can. And because he is single jointed, you're not going to get any dynamic poses out of this guy. But I am going to pose him up a little bit for you so you guys can actually take a look and see on how and what you can do as far as getting him into some poses, how you might want him to stand, or whatever the case. There's your typical Stormtrooper holding the gun type deal pose, which is great. And, you know, that's it. That's just, you know, just a standard little Stormtrooper pose. And like I said, you could have him holding onto that clip if you want him to. I like him better holding on to the front because that's just what I like. And you can actually have him aim. I know with the older Stormtroopers, I can get those bad boys to aim to look like they're looking through the sight on the gun itself. And this guy you can too. You just have to pose him a little bit and, you know, work him a little bit in there to get him to do so, as you can see. I mean, look, for what you have to work with, he does work pretty well. I will give them that. And this guy is really, really neat. I do like the way that they made him compared to the older Stormtroopers. So there he is, looking through his sight, you know, getting ready to fire off his blaster at you. So that's pretty cool. So let's try to get him into something else. See what else we can get him into. Yep, just a couple more side to sides. All right, here we go. We have him in a kneeling pose. And he's just kneeling down, shooting. And this guy moves pretty well. I mean, he kneels down pretty well because, well, he just does. I mean, I didn't really have an issue getting him into this pose whatsoever. As you can see, it's pretty cool to have him posed like that. You know, he's down, he's kneeling down, shooting. You get troopers doing that. And here he is getting shot. So you can actually have it to where he's like getting blasted by, you know, the Mandalorian or Solo, or even being sliced by a lightsaber. Whatever you choose to do with him, you can do. And that's just a simple little, you know, from the kneeling pose. And I just opened him up and just kind of arched him back. And, you know, something simple, just easy peasy. And before I forget, that armor does move up and down on that plate right here, which is really cool because none of the other Stormtroopers do. So as you can see, it's not a connected piece right there. So, you know, you can tell his armor moves. Now here he is in a walk. You know, he's walking, which is cool. It's nothing crazy. You know, doing himself a little bit of a walk. You know, the Jay Hernandez walk, if that's what you want to call it, which is cool. And then here he is running, so you can have him running also as well. And he has a good balance point on one foot. And there he goes. Well, but he does balance on that one foot. I promise you that. Takes a little bit of getting him up there, but you can get him there. And I probably could get him into like a deeper run where he's, you know, hunched over more. But of all in all, I'm just trying to show him off on a balance point and to show you, you know, just a couple other little things that you can get him into, you know, for your display or just, you know, diorama or whatever you choose to use them with. And that right there, I think is really cool. Didn't take me all that time to get him balance out or anything like that. And here he is. He's firing. He's just grabbing his blaster and shooting from the hip. You know, like something's coming at him, something big or something frightening. You know, here's a different angle. As you can see, he has this joint right here, so if you move him too much, it does break apart, and you can see that it will break apart from the sculpt. And that is due to that diaphragm joint, which is good. I like that. I like that joint. It would have been nice if he would have had that waist swivel, because he does not turn at the waist. He does not turn at the waist whatsoever. So, you know, but you can still get him posed out, which is really nice. You know, he has a bit of an ab crunch with that diaphragm swivel hula hoop type mechanism in there. I think it's like a ball joint that's inside his body there. But all in all, I think they did a great job with this guy. I really like him. And that's, you know, thank you. Thank you for the great Christmas gift from my son-in-law, my daughter, and my granddaughter. Thank you so much. And then here he is just in the general pose, just standing there holding his blaster up in the air. So I just want to go over a few things. This guy is very well done for the articulation and what you have with him. The cons, could have had some double jointed elbows, double jointed knees, and the accessories he comes with is just perfectly fine coming with his blaster. Of all in all, he could have used a different paint sculpt on him, so you could have different ones, so you could army build them a little bit. But I think in the Mandalorian there was only 3 of them. So listen, guys, I just want to say I am doing a bit of a giveaway. It's for a Google Home Mini. Just like, subscribe, share, and I hope you guys all enjoyed this video very, very much. I had a great time doing it. So just like, subscribe, share, and you automatically enter into that giveaway to win that Google Home Mini. So once again, you know, like, subscribe, share, and I will catch you all on the flippity flip.